What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five, man. Welcome in. It is a beautiful Monday, mainly because I'm here in Texas, around the Dallas area, and it's been nothing but like gloomy and shit for like a year straight. And now today we finally got the sun out, so I just feel great, man. It's a beautiful day. Speaking of beautiful days, make sure you comment anything in the comment section down below to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Speaking of the $50 giveaway, Scott Nola. Congratulations, my man. You are the winner for last week's $50 giveaway. Hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL, Scott Nola. All right? Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you comment down below to enter your name into the $50 giveaway. It's literally just free money that I give to somebody every week just for supporting, and I appreciate you. Plain and simple. If I could give everybody in here $50, I would, but then I'd be living under, a bridge on 20. You know what I mean? So I can't be doing that. So, but I'll still give it away to one person. So make sure you comment anything in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you're on your way to DFS success. All right, you have made the first step. Okay, when you clicked on this video, when you saw my beautiful ass thumbnail, and you clicked on this video, you made that first step to succeed in DFS. So congratulations to you. No, okay. Anyways, seriously though, you made a great decision. All right, drop a like down below. Let's get it. All right, so you guys know how I like to do. I like to come in, give you guys a high five, give you guys my core five guys that I really, really love. Remember, this is first look of the slate. I'm going to be crunching this shit all day, so things could change it by the end of the day. Injuries and stuff are going to happen throughout the day. We're going to get injury news. Things change up a lot. Matter of fact, there's many days throughout the season where a majority of a line changes within like the last 20 minutes of lock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the most stressful shit in the world, but there's times where, like, let's say 30 minutes before the slate starts. Okay, 30 minutes before the first game, I have everything set up. I'm about to post on my site, and then boom, Stephen Curry's out. Obviously, with a player like Stephen Curry out, you have to grab the value around that. So, all of a sudden, that lineup's scratched. I got to create a whole new one with the new guys, post it, and then give my people plenty of time to update. It's just crazy, man. GreenlightDFS.com, join the squad. That's what I got to go through. Imagine that shit. Imagine having to update like hundreds of people last minute. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, hope you guys had an amazing weekend, a fantastic weekend. Looks like we're going to have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let me know down below who you think's going to win it. I think it's Kansas City just because Kansas City, honestly, is probably the best football team I've seen ever. I mean, at the end of the day, they might be one of the best football teams of all time. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is like the future of the NFL, obviously. He is the NFL already. Tyreek Hill's an absolute beast. There's nobody on the planet that can guard him. Travis Kelce is a matchup nightmare. There's nobody who can guard him. And if you guard Kelce and Hill, then Hardeman's gonna beat you. Robinson's gonna beat you. They're gonna dish it off to Le'Veon Bell or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's just ridiculous, man. Okay, like there's just no beating Kansas City. It is what it is. All right, so that's who I'm going for. But let me know down in the comment section who you got. I'm honestly gonna bet some money on Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am going to be putting money on Kansas City. So if you're going the other way, let me know why. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get straight into it, y'all. I don't like to be on here forever. I've been rambling just because I had my morning coffee and I'm hyped up, feeling good, and the sun is actually outside. Y'all don't understand. It's been gloomy as shit for like a week and a half. Anyway, let's do it. Starting off at the point guard position, my boy, one of my favorite players in the league, Dejounte Murray. I think this kid's got huge potential. Like, sky is the limit for this kid. All right, I think this kid, it has ridiculous potential, and honestly, the way he's been playing this year, he's just too cheap at 6'5", okay? He's been consistently getting 35 or more here, okay? So let's say we round him up to 7K. 5X is pretty much what he's been doing on a consistent basis. On top of that, he's got the upside of 48 to 50 range, okay? He's got that huge upside. Now a matchup against New Orleans, solid matchup. This is the same New Orleans squad that just gave up 39 to Mike Conley a few games ago. Gave up 77 to De'Aaron Fox. Now is Dejounte Murray De'Aaron Fox? No. But if De'Aaron Fox can drop 77, can Dejounte Murray drop 50? Yes. I do believe so. So Dejounte Murray at point guard at 6'5". He just seems a little too cheap for me. And like I said, Murray's one of those players in the league that I think is super slept on. I think he's like a beast. I'm honestly a huge fan of Dejounte Murray. I think he's got huge potential. All right, next up, I'm going to go with Marcus Smart. With Kemba Walker being out, Jason Tatum is back, so you can play with this spot if you would like to. I just feel pretty safe with Marcus Smart, all right? Even with Kemba, Marcus Smart has gotten 37 the last 3 games straight, literally. 37, 37, 37 the last 3 games straight. He's going to play about 35 minutes on average here with Kemba out of the lineup. He's going to be in the starting lineup. I really love him here going against Chicago. Chicago's done an okay job against guards. They haven't been horrible, but Marcus Smart feels pretty damn safe. I mean, at that 6K-ish range, he feels pretty safe for about 36. You know what I mean? Like I said, out of these high five that I'm going to go with, Marcus Smart's probably the number one guy that I'd be willing to mess with. Matter of fact, none of these guys are set in stone. As the day goes on, when people are popping up injured and stuff and values coming up, I mean, any of these guys can be replaced at the end of the day. But Marcus Smart is one of those guys that you can play with, but I feel like he gives us a solid floor here with Kemba Walker out, even with Tatum back. Now, do I wish Tatum was still out? Yes. But with Tatum back, with Kemba off, I do love Marcus Smart. And like I said, with Kemba on, he's been getting 37 straight. Now with Kemba off, Tatum coming back, I'm expecting still around a 37-ish range. So I like Marcus Smart a lot. Small forward, look. So me and my uncle, right? You guys know me and my uncle grind this shit together. All right, we keep it in the family. We grind this shit together. When I first got to Texas, and me and my uncle used to constantly talk DFS all the time and just go over things together. Like, we're so used to building lineups together, it's ridiculous. Like, we know what each other, though we both like to play certain ways, and we both know that. So we come together about an hour and a half or so before the slate, and we just kind of go over all of our ideas. We both study separately, and then we come together and we, put together perfection. Um, Gordon Hayward was a guy that I was on huge last night. Just because it was mainly a gut call. So at the end of the day, I ended up going with Lillard and Bonga version over Hayward and Fournier because at the end of the day, Lillard and Bonga are both benefiting from injury, whereas Hayward's not benefiting from injury. Fournier was with no Aaron Gordon, but Hayward wasn't. So I said, you know what? My gut is all over Hayward, but there's injury bumps to this other way. Let's go ahead and go Lillard Bonga because they're both getting injury bumps. But Hayward went crazy. My gut was all over that. I'm thinking the same thing again. All right, I'm thinking Gordon Hayward his price should have gone up. I understand it's a back-to-back, but 7-3 is just too cheap for Gordon Hayward right now. 50 and 57 the last 2 weeks. I mean, at 7-3, I mean, come on, man. He's one of the more consistent players. Yeah, he got 25 and 20 at the beginning of the year and then another 20 January 9th against Atlanta, which is crazy because it's Atlanta. But, I mean, most of the time, this dude's dropping 40 bombs consistently. He's got upside of 61 like he did against Atlanta January 6th. So Gordon Hayward's he's been on fire. And I am not going to be skipping out on my boy Gordon Hayward here. He's rebounding very, very well. He's just shooting very efficiently. I love Gordon Hayward. 7-3 is just way too cheap. His price went down 200. My gut was all over him yesterday, and now his price went down. Okay? So, of course, I'm going to be on him again. All right? Regardless of back-to-back, I don't care. All right, next. I'm going to go Zion Williamson. My boy Zion, let's round his price up to 8K. Let's say Zion's 8K. Okay? So, bare minimum, we want 40 out of Zion today. I think that's doable here against San Antonio. Okay, San Antonio's been doing an okay job versus power forwards, but they also have only gone against Bonga, Jeff Green, Draymond Green, Robert Covington, PJ Tucker. Like, I mean, that list is not Zion at the end of the day. This kid is putting up, all right? Now, consistently, he gets over 40s on a consistent basis. Yes, he got 33 against Utah January 21st, but the last 5 games, 43, 40, 43, 41, outside of the 33. Okay, literally one game under 40. If you back that up, I mean, most of the year he's gotten 40s, man. He's had a few moments where he's just disappeared, but Zion Williamson at 7-9 here, even if you round him up to 8K, like I said, I feel very solid in cash games with this kid because he rebounds very well. His usage is pretty solid, so he's solid for a 40. If you need a consistent 40, a solid 40 here against San Antonio, I think Zion's a guy that you can go with for sure. All right? Last but not least, I debated here. Okay, now I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the ownership went to Adebayo here in this spot. Vooch and Adebayo. All right, let's just take a look at these guys. Vooch and Adebayo. Now, Adebayo is benefiting from Tyler Harrow being off, Jimmy Butler being off, Myers Leonard being off. Miami's still missing a good bit of guys. Okay, so when it comes to injury bumps, Bam's getting the bigger bump. Okay, now here's the thing though. Vooch has averaged more fantasy points per minute this year, plain and simple. Even if you take the guys off the court for Bam Adebayo, you take Jimmy Butler, you take Harrell, everybody off, Vooch still has a higher fantasy point per minute. Okay? Vooch is a guy who is just way too good to have had his price drop from 9. I guess it's because it's a back-to-back. His price dropped from 9-1 down to 8-7. That's a solid price drop. Okay, he hasn't been 8-7 but one time in the last like month, 2 months. Okay, 8-7 is a fantastic price for Vooch. Vooch, I have Vooch projected higher. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with Vooch here at home in Orlando, going against Charlotte. Yesterday he just dropped a 45. Let's round him up to 9K once again. The bare min floor that we want in cash is 5x. So what is that? If we round him up to 9K, that's 45. How many times has Vooch missed 45? Let me think. One, two, three, four, 5 times all season. 5 times, only 5 times, a handful of times all season that he has not hit value here. And that's if you round up to 9K. All right. Yes, Bam Adebayo just went crazy, and his ownership's probably going to be higher. But here's the thing: not only do you have the situation of this is a huge like. It's hard for me not to. I know that Brooklyn games have been staying close, but it's hard for me not to predict a blowout in this situation. Okay, Miami's missing all of their studs outside of Adebayo. None has been stepping up and playing great. Yes, but they're missing their Jimmy Butler and Harrow. They're big time players right there. Okay? They're missing a lot of guys. Brooklyn eventually, this trio of Harden, Irving, and Durant are going to get it together sooner than later. And when they get that shit meshed well and they start playing exactly how they want to play, they're going to start blowing teams out. Right now, they're in the feeling out process and getting into the swing of things with each other and getting that chemistry built up between each other. I know that there's a good connection between Harden and KD already, but I'm talking on the court. These guys got to play with each other. They got to, learn each other a lot, actually on the court with each other. And now, once they get that together, they're going to start blowing teams out, plain and simple, okay? And a Miami team missing Butler and Harrow, eventually I see that happening. And the problem is it's hard for me to predict that this game stays close enough to prefer Adebayo over Vooch because I think that game stays close between Orlando Charlotte. So that's pretty much my decision. That's what I'm thinking about. Uh, that's the way I think about it. If you want to go Adebayo, I'm not going to hate you for it. You have guys like Wiseman. Wiseman's going against a Minnesota squad that struggled against bigs really bad this year. You've got Jared Vanderbilt as value for Minnesota down low. Isaiah Roby's value. Um, those guys are all in play. If you end up just having a ton of money and we have a ton of value, then you can consider Jokic. But right now, we don't have enough value as of right now to go a guy like Jokic. So it's kind of a mid-range-ish kind of stack day, as you can see with the high five. No super duper studs, just kind of high upper mid-range-ish. And that's it. Dejounte Murray against New Orleans. Marcus Smart, no Kemba. Gordon Hayward, just too cheap, 7-3 price play. Zion Williamson, just consistency, plain and simple. And Vooch going against Charlotte, another guy who's just his price dropped. I think this is a spot where he drops a 50 bomb. He's just too cheap, plain and simple. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad, and make sure you take advantage of the fact that your boy has his own optimizer. Okay? Greenlight DFS, we have our own optimizer. We spent years perfecting our optimizer, messing with it, getting it to the point where it is spitting out fire for GPPs. Remember, I mainly will have a cash game mind. I'm looking for something that will give me a solid floor each night and consistency so my people are able to consistently profit throughout the entire season. That is my goal, to consistently just bring back money, okay? I'm not the type of person who there's providers out there who will just give like super punt GPP plays every day and literally go GPP every day, just trying to aim for the stars. But majority of the year they're losing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's only so much of that you can take. And these guys will lose weeks in a row and then before they finally win, okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not the way to do it. When you're a provider, you got to consistently profit people. Okay? And that's pretty much my mindset. I'm a cash game guy. I like to consistently get people profit, and that's really it. Now, do my cash game lineups explode sometimes? Yes. And we've lately been like one player away from takedowns, and it's coming. But at the end of the day, I build for floor. Okay? So, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that injuries is the most important thing in DFS, okay? If you do anything else today, keep track of injury information and make sure you take advantage of them, okay? Plain and simple. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.